Not free but very cheap, $30 plus or minus. StackSkills.com offers classes that range anywhere from learning how to become a network penetration tester, how to hack Android phones, how to code, and how to make apps. It's extremely useful and they have a solid refund policy if it doesn't work out for you. So, that means, if hacking Android phones ends up not being a profitable line of work, they'll refund my money. Google Educator Certification.
IBM Watson Analytics 101. It may only be free for students, but it does give you a certification. My professor said this would be good to have on your resumes and will assure you really understand the power of big data analytic tools. I actually used to sell Watson Analytics for IBM, and I'm going to have to say this probably doesn't carry any weight in the industry. I used to run workshops at companies and campuses across the country. WA can do some interesting things and does simplify a number of big data and analytics functions, but that's also exactly the problem. Since everything is simplified for the user, you never really learn what algorithms are involved, why you would choose it, or even the whys of how to prep data for analysis. It's basically a black box for non-savvy business users to throw data at.
Boating license. It's an 8-hour class and easy test. Works in every state in the USA and all of Canada. Free for people under 18. $10 for over 18. No renewal required. I honestly forgot all the rules, but it's a great thing to have. Till boating is a desired resume skill. Boating license. It's an 8-hour class and easy test.
YouTube offers a certification in audience growth and development. It's a requirement for some job listings and people are always impressed when you say you're certified. This is interesting. Is it free or a reasonable fee? What kind of jobs is that a requirement for? edX and MITx has a ton of free courses online. After the course you can get a certificate from them by passing a test that costs anywhere from free up to $500, but most are around $50. I think this is a great idea, but be careful how you put it on your resume. We had one come in where the person was implying that they had attended MIT and Harvard citing edX. Personally, I'm a fan of the online ASL course. No matter what your job is, or the odds of running into someone who is hard of hearing, it's effectively learning a new language and being able to communicate with a good chunk of the population. It is especially good for any service industry, public sector, or communications job. Where can you do this? And is it free? I'm a paramedic and I think this would come in handy.
I don't know, they offer courses for global users. I enrolled one course about information security. It was pretty good. They gave me certificate hard copy. https://onlinecourses, NPTEL. AC. In Explorer.
Stickied comment.
I don't know if it looks good as a resume, but it is a start. UNDSS.org. This site worked for me. Want to work for a brewery? It's not free but cheap, $45 I believe. There is a test called the Cicerone Beer Server Certification. There are 3 levels to the test, but any brewery in the USA would be stupid not to hire you if you have passed the first level test. A great study guide for the test is Tasting Beer by Randy Mosher. Read it and you will know everything needed. I've met him and he signed my book, nice man. You helped me find something I didn't know I wanted until right now.
If you're a pilot or even work in aviation, AOPA offers free ASI online safety courses with everything from flight planning to airport security. I think some employers even require certain ones before you can get a ramp badge.
The Digital Garage by Google. It shows that you have knowledge of how online marketing, analytics, AdWords, email marketing, etc. works. It's a good introductory certificate and you can put it up on LinkedIn. Thank you so much for this. I decided to give this a try and I completed it today. Is there a direct link to put it up on LinkedIn? Op is going to be a god in a few months. Op will start doing a few of them and then give up within a week. FEMA certification. It's long and repetitive, but it looks good to employers so they understand that you have knowledge of a basic command structure and how to handle adverse situations. I completed these for my resume when I applied at FEMA. I remember most of it's just common sense. I got the job but forgot most of the small details on those tests, so here's hoping common sense pays off.
Hey Op, thank you so much for this question. I'm looking for a new job and now, because of you, my resume will look all fancy and certified. If I had gold, I'd give it to you. Aw, thanks. I am so glad it has helped you out, it's definitely going to be helpful to me, smiley face.
I have a QPR suicide prevention training certificate that people are always impressed by. Short training, very important stuff. A little late to the post but
Coursera certs aren't free, but they're cheap. You can get certs in a wide variety of subject areas through Coursera. The courses are generally free, though, so you can learn everything you need to. Want to then decide if you want to pay the few dollars for the certification from the university. It really is a fantastic site. Psychological First Aid Online. Free, about 6 hours long. Hosted by the National Child Traumatic Stress Network and promoted by the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. This is relevant to my life and line of work. Thank you. Thank you. I work EMS and preach that we don't have nearly enough psych training.
GIS Geographic Informational System. You can download a free trial of ArcGIS and take free classes. Good for various environmental jobs. ArcGIS is the big GIS software that's most widely used by business, government, universities, etc., but it's not cheap. QGIS is the most widely used free, open-source GIS software. There is a very good introductory course on how to use it and also a good introduction into what is GIS. This would be good to look into. Ocean-going soul. Web Developer Boot Camp was the best $100 I ever spent, and looks like it's currently on sale for $10. 12 weeks will take someone who knows absolutely nothing about computers and turn them into a code writer. http://www.deputyheartattack.org. Does it cover specific information about heart attack symptoms in women? HubSpot Inbound Certification. Marketing. Check it out. In a similar vein, it's worth checking out Smart.ly. Not a certification, but a full-on online MBA, for free. You have to apply though, took me 3 tries to get in. Acceptance rate is ridiculously low, but the way they teach is really well done, and only takes like 6 months.
Salesforce Trailheads. I currently use Salesforce and had no idea this was a thing. Kudos. I live near the Salesforce HQ. You would be surprised how many companies turn Salesforce into an unholy nightmare of let's make this do everything for us.
FEMA offers hundreds of free courses and certificates online that cover several topics and interests all related to emergency management.
Getting certified on certain software like Excel or SolidWorks can spruce up your resume a little. How can I get certified in Excel? My IT classes back in high school had me get certified in lots of Office 2010 stuff and Oracle. Would I need to redo it at any point? Honestly, I don't even know where to pull up any proof of it since I was in high school and didn't care about anything but passing the course. You can get Six Sigma White Belt for free, looks great for supply chain majors. The problem is that there are like 5 more belts that get hella expensive. And what is a Six Sigma White Belt?
National Incident Management System (NIMS), Incident Command System (ICS). They are online courses available through FEMA that teach you how to operate during an incident. Very useful for police, fire, and EMS jobs because you use the skills on every call.
Here are some from the last time we had this thread 3 years ago, and I only remember because I had it saved. Credit to all the people that I'm stealing these links from back in that thread. Wow, awesome, thanks. Some of these are hilarious, like Unicorn Hunting License. Others, I will do, like Pokemon Professor. Not all of these are free, or all that cheap. The Dog Psychology course is $190.
Open Classrooms has some certifications, it's also a pretty good site.
If you have a public library card, lots of cities partner with lynda.com, which you can access for free through your public library's portal. Normally the subscription is about $800 per year. I don't think there are certifications, but there's tons of courses and learning paths. You do get little certificate badges at the end which you can add to LinkedIn, if you use that. What are some good Lynda courses to take?
FreeCodeCamp.com offers an online certificate in front-end programming HTML5, CSS, JavaScript and jQuery with 0 experience required. Definitely worth it to check it out. In my own experience, FCC 6 months into their program, is one of the worst sites for learning coding. There are tons of better, free or very affordable resources out there. Here is one, and here's another excellent starting points for getting into coding.
Being a notary public is pretty inexpensive and you can study and take the course online. It's about as hard as an average driver's test. You just have to go to a courthouse to pay and do an oath and sign the book. And then you also pay for your stamp. But all total, at least in my instance, you're hardly out $50. Almost every business needs a notary, so it's really handy to have, and you can practice anywhere in the state where you are certified. In Indiana, you just need a $50 surety bond and pass the online test. It was 10 questions and the answers were provided prior to the test. Took me less than 30 minutes, including purchasing the surety bond and getting it emailed to me online from my bank.
Not free depending on the state you live in, but look into becoming a notary public. You are able to notarize legal documents. I've had a couple of friends ask if I can stop by their offices to notarize documents for people. Super useful to have around. Damn, that's cheap. In Arizona you have to buy like $5,000 in bonds or something. I'll have to look into it for Canada. I'm in Ontario, but this is right up my alley lol. Not free but very very cheap, $50 Google Analytics Cert. Worth also mentioning, Google AdWords and Facebook ads have their own free online certification courses to go with it, if marketing is your jam. Every small business could use somebody who knows how to run an ad, and if you're looking to break into digital marketing as a career, they're absolute necessities. Is this something a guy can knock out in a week?
I'm about to be so fucking certified. On the EPA website, you can get a certificate for NPDES, National Pollution Discharge Elimination System. Will be good for any environmental, energy, chemical, or related field job. Environmental engineer here. And I agree with that. If you are a programmer who uses databases, MongoDB is providing free MongoDB certification at University, MongoDB.com, courses. This is a great way to get certified on one of the leading NoSQL databases out there. I prefer Dev. Null.
Heads Up Concussion Certificate, from the CDC website.
I recently found that SolidWorks gives you a couple of complimentary certification exams if you have a subscription. I use SW at work and we have a subscription so we keep the software up to date. Being the only person who uses it here, I don't have to fight anyone for the free exam.
Bookmarks to forget about later. That's why I create a Reddit account simply for saving stuff, so I have a good resource to review it when I have time. Bookmarks to procrastinate and eventually delete out of shame later. Let me tell you something, as someone who has hired a lot of staff over many years. I don't think this is upvoted enough. Google AdWords and inbound certification good for online marketing and totally free. Questions are lengthy but employers are often impressed it's on there. Couldn't agree more. I work for an advertising agency and often hire for the digital department.
Not something most people can do, but if you are in the U.S. military and you aren't doing the United States Military Apprenticeship Program (USMAP), you are missing out on an opportunity. It is free. You are already doing 99.9% of the work for it, and it's a Department of Labor certificate. The only real effort you have to put in that you don't already do is logging your hours and getting supervisor signatures.
When Reddit becomes useful all of a sudden. 4 years Reddit experience.
Not free, but if you're in education, Google Certified Educator. Level 1 is only $10, and Level 2 is $25. I did them both in several 6-hour days over the course of 1 week. Covered Google Classroom, Sites, Gmail, Hangouts, Calendar, etc. Not sure if it's still available for free, but you could get a WIPO certificate if you're interested in patents and trademarks. http://www.wipo. int. Academy, N. Nice. I know a few companies trying to trademark the Coexist logo.
ed2go.com.
Not a certificate, but definitely worth your time. Excel training.
The National Highway Institute has plenty of free courses pertaining to NEPA, engineering, traffic, transportation planning, and tons more. A CPR certification can be earned online. I don't think that an online course is adequate to teach you to respond to a real emergency, but a hiring manager in his 60s who ate too many cheeseburgers in his or her life might like the idea of having someone like you around winking face. Generally, those online CPR classes require you to do a hands-on training after the online part before they will issue your card.
https://www.cybrary. It is a site full of free training for cybersecurity and IT. They offer certification for some of the courses that are not based on existing certs.